Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me. Susan Timchak here, also known as Stampin Creates, and I'm here to share with you something fun. As many of you may know or may not know, I'm trying to get this in here so you can kind of see it. Last year sometime I purchased this Brother Scan and Cut. This is the CM350, and if you're wondering like, oh, what is this? It's not Stampin' Up! But what it is, well, it's an electronic cutting machine, also known as a very expensive set of scissors, if you want to look at it that way. But our new designer series paper that's coming out, this fun holiday paper, sorry, I couldn't figure out a way to set up the video so you can see it, so we're kind of like wonky here. But these are these little witches. Can you see them? There we go. And look at how perfectly they're cut out. Now, we do have framelits, but the framelits don't cut out all of the witches. So these are the witches on this designer series paper, and this is part of a paper called Toil and Trouble. And I used my Brother Scan and Cut to cut out these little witches. So I want to share with you how I did it. Now again, I apologize for this video because there's really no easy way to do this. Okay, so anyhow, now this is a mat that comes with it, and don't mind mine. I have a new one ordered. Unfortunately, these mats tend to lose their stickiness, so I put some extra two-way glue on here to temporarily make it work while I await my new sheet. But it does come with that. So there are registration marks on here. You can see these little squares? So you do want to put your paper in between there, and it doesn't matter what size it is. So let me put my paper and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I have a couple of the witches that I already cut out from here. So let me put my paper on, and then you want to make sure you press it firmly. Let me get rid of this because I have a feeling that's going to get hung up in the cutter. Okay. So the great thing about this, I mean, there's many electronic cutting machines. The great part of the Brother Scan and Cut is that it basically does that. It will scan anything. I'm trying to get this little piece. It will scan anything and cut it. So I want to cut out a couple of these witches. So I have that firmly attached. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to stick it right here up against here. Now on the screen here, not sure if you can see, but it says pattern or scan. So I do want to scan this sheet, but first I have to load my paper. Okay, so it's loaded. Now it is a little loud, so I apologize for that. So I'm going to hit scan, and I want to do a direct cut. Okay, and then it says select the device. So I'm going to select that, and I'm doing it in the black and white mode, and I'm going to hit start. What it's doing is it's taking the paper in and it's literally scanning it. Okay, so it'll take it all the way through and then bring it back. Okay, then on my little screen here it says recognizing, and I apologize if you can't see that. Alright, so it's just recognizing it. Okay, so on here is the scanned paper. So I'm going to click OK. Alright, then what I want to do is I want to add a little border. So I'm going to put a plus where it's 0.04. So that's going to give me the little white border like you have on the ones I already did right here. So then I'm going to have to lift this up so I can see it. And I'm going to hit OK. Now these little arrows, you can make it to which area you want cut out. So let me see. Because I don't want to cut the whole sheet out. I just want to cut out a couple of the witches. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to hit preview. And it's going to show me which witches I have selected, which I'm kind of picking ones down here. Okay, so there they are. If If you want to enlarge that, you can, so you can see it better. Okay, so there they are. Okay, and now I'm going to hit OK, so it's processing, and all I do is I hit cut. And start. Alright, so it's going to go to the area, and it's going to start cutting. And again, I apologize for the sound, but it is a little noisy, but that's okay, because hey, this is so much easier than having to go and cut this out yourself, don't you think? You could just select one witch if you only wanted to cut out one, or if you wanted to cut out the whole sheet, you can select the whole sheet. It's totally up to you. This is just one of the many things this scan and cut can do. I love it that I can stamp something and then I don't have to fussy cut ever again. I just scan it into the machine and it goes on and cuts it right out for me. Alright, so here we are. We are done. Okay, so finish cutting, hit OK, and then you're going to unload your paper. Okay, let me just close this up and move it out of the way a little bit. Alright, so here's our paper. I have this little weeding tool here. I'm just going to use it to help lift off my paper. Alright. Okay, so you can see there's your paper and it cut it out. Now you can still use your back. You know, you can go ahead and do that. Now here's my little witches. I'm just going to use this little tool to lift them off. Oops, I kind of zhushed her shoe a little bit. There we are. Alright, let me see where you can see it. Okay, so I'm just going to lift them off. Just like that. There's another witch. And let's do this one. Now this one, hold on a sec, let me just lift it off a little bit where I can see it. This one, it actually cut her broom off. The way to manage that is if I took a pencil and drew a line to this witch, then it would know to put the two of them together. But that's okay, because when we're putting it together, I mean, I can always use this little broom separately if I wanted to. Let's get that off of here. And let's get my other witch. Alright. And now here you can see. So it cut off her hand a little bit right there. Can you see? She has cut off her hand. But her hand is here on the broom. So when you go to make this into a card, you can go ahead and, you know, glue that broom on there. You can put the broom any which way you want with that. But let's bring in the other ones I did to show you. There we are. Sorry about that. To show you how what a beautiful job it does. It just cuts these out so beautifully. And I mean, I just love this machine. Like I said, it is a little pricey, but when you realize you can make your own rubber stamps with it, you can cut out all sorts of materials like fabrics, you can cut out vinyl, you can, I mean, the sky's the limit with what you can do and create with this Brother Scan and Cut machine. So I want to thank you for joining me, and I mean, I don't get any monetary money from Brother Scan and Cut. I just want to share with you a really cool machine that can step up your stamping and your craft making to a whole new level. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'm fairly new to this, but if I don't know the answer, I'll find it out for you. And have a super Stampin' Day, and I'll see you back here again real soon. Bye for now.